Hi, I'm Khalid from IT, and today I'm going to tell you about the AV systems upgrade that we performed over this summer. The AV systems upgrade consists of a new digital path that takes select sources and displays them on a new projector which offers brighter and higher resolution image. In the classrooms, we have also replaced the center screen with a new screen which displays images much better. In the lecture halls, we're still using the existing screens, but given that the projector has been replaced, the image quality has improved tremendously. The four inputs that are connected to this digital path are the primary screen of the computer, two cables that give you HDMI and mini Displayport connectivity options for your laptop, tablet, or smartphone, a new document camera, and an Apple TV to which you can connect your iPhone, iPad, or a Macintosh. In the system, we still have old sources which are running at lower definition, and on the output side we have the two side projectors, and on the input side we have the VGA cable, we have the secondary screen of the resident computer, the DVD player, and the video conferencing system. The overall effect of this upgrade is that the most commonly used sources are sending high definition signal over a digital path and are being displayed on the center projector in high definition and good color and color fidelity and higher brightness. So I'm at the podium now, and at first glance you don't see much visible difference. We have the new document camera here. The old VGA connector is still available, but in addition you also have an HDMI as well as a mini Displayport connector, and you can use these with any device that has a compatible port. The bigger difference that you will notice here is in the touch panel. The interface to the touch panel is new, and we're going to look at that next. This is the initial page of the system. It has two controls to start up the system, either in single screen mode, which is the middle screen, or dual screen mode, which would be the side screens. In addition, you have a preview window which shows you the resident computer's primary display, and if you wish to see it in larger scale, then you can push the corner button here, which will make it larger. You can interact with it, and if you want to go back, there's a return button here that if you push, then you get back here. Now let's start the system in single screen mode. So this is the main screen of the touch panel. On the left you have your input sources. At the bottom left is the audio control, camera control, projector control, lighting control, shade control, and an administrative button for use by the IT staff. In the middle is a preview screen. Any input that you project to the projector is also previewed in the middle screen. Finally, there's a button at the top. Once you're finished using the system, you can slide it to the left and it will shut down the system, including the projector, and roll up the screen. Let's look at the input controls now. Before we manipulate any of the controls, let me show you how the setup is. This computer here is connected using the VGA connector, so you can see that here. The laptop on the right is using the mini Displayport connector, but we could have also used the HDMI. Both of these are actually controlled by the same button on the interface. And then in addition, we also have the document camera ready to project images. So right now we are using the first input selection, and this corresponds to the primary screen of the resident PC. I'm seeing a preview and all of my controls, but let's say I've switched and I would like to now work on the PC. I'd like to use the entire screen. For that, I'll touch the top maximize button, and the interface takes over the entire screen. If I like to go back, I can use this return arrow on the top right, and it'll go back to the control layout. The second button is for the secondary screen of the resident PC. There happens to be nothing on display on the secondary screen right now, so we're not seeing anything in the preview. The next control is for the HDMI Displayport. So when I switch to it, you notice that we're now showing the same image that we are seeing on the laptop, and as I manipulate the image over there, then the output is shown over here. In this particular case, additional controls show up that let you input the sound either from the DisplayPort, which is what I'm using now, which means whatever sound comes out of the laptop will be heard in the room, or I can switch to the auxiliary jack or the HDMI source to be able to just switch the sound portion of that. The next control here is for VGA. When I switch to that, I see the image that is being projected by this laptop because it's using the VGA connector. The next one is the document camera control. And if I do something under the document camera, then that's visible. The next is the DVD control. And for the DVD play, pause, forward, rewind buttons are appear at the bottom, so you could control that. The next one is the video conferencing input. And you see a preview of the video conference, as well as you have controls at the bottom to be able to make calls. And finally, we have the Apple TV. When we switch to Apple TV, the Apple TV will be displayed here. It shows instructions on how to connect your iPad to the Apple TV. I'll not actually connect, but I will just show you that if you bring the command center on the Apple TV, select the AirPlay, you'll see a list of all the Apple TVs. Pick the Apple TV corresponding to the room that you happen to be teaching in. So in our case, it would be one of these. And then once we have that, you need to turn mirroring on. It will ask you for a code. Once you supply the code, then your iPad will be connected to the Apple TV. Okay, so we've seen the single projector mode of the system. Let's say we want to use two projectors and be able to project two inputs simultaneously. In order to do that, first we need to turn off the system from the single projector mode, and it'll take a moment and it will switch into the it'll go back to the initial page, and we can push the dual button, and this will lower the two side screens, raise the middle screen, and switch the interface to the dual projector mode. If I wish to project the resident PC on the left side, but I want to project my this particular laptop on the right side, I can select an input which is VGA, touch the corresponding screen, and right now I'm projecting the resident PC screen on the left and this particular laptop screen on the right. Let's say I want to switch to the document camera on the left. I select the document camera input and then touch that screen, and I'm able to show that on the left. Okay. While I'm working on this, let's say I would like to see this screen in full screen. I can switch that, work on this computer, do anything I need to, go back, switch to the document camera in full screen mode, do whatever I need to do, then go back. Let's say I want to keep both of them visible, but I'd like to see one larger than the other. So if I swipe at the top from one to the other side, then the screen that you're swiping away from actually becomes larger. If I swipe left, sorry, I have to swipe. Right, so if I swipe, then it becomes the same size, and if I swipe again, it comes to the other side. You have to be careful to swipe at the very top of the screen and not at the bottom, because that actually causes the switching of sources, as you just saw that I inadvertently did. So let me go back to, for example, this right here. So this is how you use the dual screen mode. Everything else about the controls is the same, and when you're done with things, you just push the off button, and that's it. This has been a quick overview of the new system and a quick demonstration. We invite you to come to the classrooms, try the systems out yourself, and get familiarity with this. Especially try to use it in the ways that you will actually be using in your classes. For additional help or additional in-depth training or to discuss matters, please contact the IT Service Desk at email address helpcenter@qatar.cmu.edu, and we'll be happy to come talk to you, work with you, and help you get the most out of this system. Thank you.